Oh, madre.
Cosa ti dice?
Errato.
Io l'ho appena usata.
Com'è?
A punto, maiuscolo. Gopala. Slash 56. Niente.
Ma va a farti in culo. Allora.
Om Shanti 04? No, quello è del mio computer.
Ma tu devi, Madonna Santa, ma tu le password delle tue mail, delle
della
tue
mia mail è
contatto,
questa,
no,
Felice.
era 04 è quell'altro, ma a fa un bagno, la. Madonna Santa. Senti, sai che ti dico? An output to the screen, you can give it here.
Hari Om, Namaste everybody, welcome. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, Hari Om, thank you. I can hear you very well.
Okay, great. So, and I would request everybody to switch on their videos, so that because we are going, this is going live, a lot of people are eagerly waiting to watch. So I think the videos would be good. And so, as you all know, Swamiji have left his body on the 14th, and he was doing fine. There was not much of any serious health conditions, and on the 14th very peacefully he left his body, and we did the last rites according to the sannyasa tradition here in Uttarkashi, on the banks of Ganga. And so today morning we had a session. Some people were here. Those who were present here, they offered their tributes to Swami Ramaswarupanandaji, those who knew him. And now this is a online session, so those who would like to talk and share their experiences with Swami Ramaswarupanandaji, they are most welcome. And so I see Shiko Matsui,
yes.
And Margarete Mitiko from Japan. I know Swamiji was very fond of Japan, and all of you had been, a lot of people have been coming here to Uttarkashi. So so Shiko, if you would like to say something, if you want to share something, you can share.
Okay.
The floor is for you for a few minutes.
I like to thank for Swamiji. Yes, he had been very kind to us, and he had been a great teacher of spiritual culture and spiritual way of life. I like to send my thankfulness from bottom of our heart to Swamiji.
Thank you so much. Did you visit him here in Uttarkashi at one point of time?
Yes. And also Swamiji treated us very kindly at Arunachala. In 2 years ago, I and my friend stayed at near the place of Arunachala. We traveled. Swamiji traveled with us. And I had visited Uttarkashi for several times.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, there was a little bit of a slag. Yeah, thank you, Shiko. It's wonderful, and please know that yes, Swamiji is physically no more, but his spirit is here. Swami Premananji is here, and you are always welcome. Whenever the traveling season opens up, you are most welcome to visit here and come and pay your tributes to Swamiji.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And Margaret Mitiko Takehara Takahashi, would you like to say something? And if you can, if it's okay, would you turn on your video?
Just a minute, please.
Yes, we can see you. Namaste. Hari Om. Namaste.
Hari Om. Hari Om. Well, I was very sad when I got the news because a few weeks earlier he had asked me to send some towels because he used to use some towels on his neck, and he liked the Japanese size of this towel, so he requested me to send some towels for him, and I had prepared, but I could not send, and I was just to finish my sending when I got the news that he was no more. So I was sad because if I could do it earlier and quicker, I maybe could have done something that he had requested me. But anyway, I think everything he has done for us. He was the person who gave me the first Bhagavad Gita copy ever in my life. He was the one who helped me when I wanted to go for a pilgrimage after Uttarkash to Kedarnath and Badrinath. And I was alone, like a lady alone, foreigner alone. But he helped me and he gave me his blessings. So everything went very well. And I was very honored because I could help Japanese participants in the retreat. We had some for like 3 years in a row, and I could help with some interpretation. I was very honored because he was a very enlightened person. He was a very he had a very
we can't hear you now, Margaret. I think your voice went into mute.
oh.
Yes, now I can. Yes.
Oh, sorry.
We just lost the last 2-3 lines we couldn't hear, so maybe you could repeat.
Oh, okay. Well, just to say that I was very, very honored to be like his interpreter for some retreats we did and something that I cannot forget forever. It was a great honor, and I keep it in my mind forever.
Yes.
Whenever I can, when situation allows me, I of course want to go to Uttarkash to pay my tributes.
Please welcome. You know that you have a home here. And as Swami Ramaswarupanandaji says that read Bhagavad Gita daily. That was his. He iterated always that you must study at least one sloka a day. So thank you very much, and now thank you. Now I see Tanil Kilachanji. Tanilji, please unmute yourself. Yes. You have been a very senior. I have seen you as a young brahmachari in the ashram, and you have spent a lot of time and lot of association with Ramaswarupanandaji. So the floor is for you for a few minutes, please.
Yes, actually, Swami Premanandaji introduced me to Ramaswarupanandaji way back, and also he contributed to my acquaintance with the Divine Life Society. In fact, we then both Ramaswarupanandaji and myself found that kutia in Kaudilaya, belonging to the Divine Life Society. And we spent several days and weekends together there, listening to him and imbibing the most energetic energy which he had, not only in the matters of spiritual, but other things, including the way IT could be used in the ashram, which I think he contributed a lot to getting it established. Beyond that, also, when he was in Rishikesh at his small flat, I have gone there several times, had meals with him, invited him also to Mumbai, and once or twice at the centenary time when Chidanand Swamiji was also in Mumbai, Ramaswarupanandaji was good enough to introduce me to Swami Chidanandji, who also later on attended wedding of my son, and to him I was most grateful that he could give us blessings both of Chidanandji Swami and Ramaswarupanandaji himself. I shall never forget him, even though last few years, because of various reasons, we have not been in contact, but I was very sad to hear about his sudden passing away and demise. May God bless him and his soul. All I can say is Om Namah Shivaya. Namaste.
Thank you Tanilji, thank you so much. I see Narayan Ayarji, Sandeep Sethji. Any of you who would like to say something, please switch on your video, and the floor is for you for a few minutes.
Sorry, Swamiji, if I might ask, what is the program at the end of people talking about him at the...
So actually today, okay, so let me tell you the whole program now before the next person speaks. So today morning from 8 till 12, people who were present here physically, they paid their respects for Swamiji and they spoke about Swamiji, and now this today evening is all about, like a Shraddhanjali Sabha for him. So because he has touched so many people all over the world, so people from different time zones, so we have kept a long time. Yes. So now lot of people also have sent in their recordings, so we will be playing their recordings also, and so this whole evening would be people would be talking about him. So I mean, I don't know how many people are going to join, so this is an open program.
Right. And is there any bhajan, kirtan, or any prayer at the end of this interview?
At the end we will do a little bit of a kirtan, yes. And then after that we will conclude. Then tomorrow is the 16th day program. Yeah. So we'll have 16 sadhus coming in, and then a lot of sadhus from local, they're all invited to have a feast and say prayers for Swamiji and give their blessings.
Will that be on Zoom also?
That we will see, because I don't know whether sadhus would be liking to be live, but little bit we will go on YouTube. So there's Sivanand Seva Samiti, if you look up for the YouTube channel. So we will show a little bit of glimpses, but we won't be going live, because It's only, the initial puja and all we will do live. After that, it's feeding just people having prasad, so maybe not a good idea to go live.
At what time should I hook into YouTube for the puja?
Around 10 o'clock.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Sandeep ji, Hari Om. Please, the floor is for you for next few minutes. Please share your thoughts with Swamiji.
मैं इतना ही कह सकता हूँ, परमात्मा उनकी आत्मा को शांति दे जहां पर भी हैं। हमारे साथ तो बचपन से जब वो आए थे तभी से उनका संपर्क रहा है गुरु निवास में, और बहुत प्रेम था। बच्चों की तरह बहुत उन्होंने हमारे साथ परिवार के सदस्य की तरह व्यवहार किया। बहुत दुख हुआ सुन के वक्त से पहले स्वामी जी चले गए हैं। क्या कर सकते हैं, उनको स्वामी जी के पास ही जगह मिले, मेरी यही प्रार्थना है। नमस्कार।
Radha Radlani ji, if you hear me, if you are hearing me, please come online, switch on your video, and if you would like to say something. Okay, I don't think that she's speaking. Prashant Roy, Mr. Prashant Roy. Okay, so now what I'll do is we have received some videos, so maybe I will start playing those videos. पूर्णिमा माता जी का कहाँ है वीडियो? पूर्णिमा का कहाँ है वीडियो? Purnima Mataji, are you online? Okay, she is not, so I will play her video.
Hari Om.
वो स्क्रीन शेयर करो, स्क्रीन शेयर करके आपको कैसे करना है, जूम में स्क्रीन शेयर किया ना।
My first big impression was in 1987 during the centenary. He organized some beautiful programs. I remember clearly most inspiring and uplifting talks, as well as soul-stirring music. In the years that followed, many more beautiful programs were conducted. It was Ramaswarupanandaji who introduced me to Swami Maharaj, and this was no ordinary blessing. I cannot find words to express the impact Swami Maharaj had on my life. What is catching the eye when I remember him is that he was always ready to help people. To help each and everybody in general, but also specifically general matters and personal matters. And of course, above all, he made Swami Maharaj accessible to so many people from all over the world, I would say. In 1988, my parents came to India, and it was Ramaswarupanandaji who went out of his way to make their stay comfortable. He arranged for their food, for their stay, for their accommodation, and above all, he introduced them to Swami Maharaj. What a blessing this was for them. I remember very clearly how Swami Maharaj touched my father's heart, and the rest of their lives this remained a cherished memory. Ramaswarupanandaji had a big sense of humor. He was always laughing and cracking jokes. But he also had a short temper and he could get really angry at times. It seems natural for any human being to have some shortcomings. Otherwise, if he were perfect, he would not be on earth. But when I looking back, his positive points definitely outweighed the negative points. His positive side and his so many talents were absolutely outstanding and unique. Not only I'm remembering his organizing talents, but also his creativity. Whether he was building a house or a room, or how he would look after the garden or the plants, and also his interest and talents for new devices, whether it was computer science or smartphone, any new device, and he really he not only figured out very quickly how it worked, he seemed to enjoy it as well. When Swami Maharaj came to Holland, Ramaswarupanandaji came earlier to prepare for his arrival and worked very, very hard. And he was always capable to motivate others to work hard as well. He had eye for the smallest details, and he knew how to make things beautiful. He was very, very practical, and his mind was always capable of doing many things in the same time. He truly had a mastermind. Most outstanding was his love for Swami Maharaj. Swami was his father, his mother, his guru, his beloved, his all in all. And he was his servant, his Hanuman. And the way he served Swami Maharaj for so many decades is truly unparalleled. My last communication with him was some 2 months ago, when I asked him, Swami, how is it that you're posting so many things on Facebook about yourself and your past? His reply was, because I'm going very soon, that's why. That means he must have had a premonition. He knew he was about to leave his body, and I feel that from within he was prepared for it. My pranams and prayers for the departed soul. Om Namo Narayana. Hari Om.
So that was Purnima Mataji from Holland. She is a very, very close devotee of Swamiji and had long association with Swami Ramaswarupanandaji. now I have a few more videos that we have received from people that we are going to play. So this is our Swami Shivachidananji Maharaj. He is the one who kind of brought Swamiji into the fold of Divine Love Society. He is a very, very senior Swamiji of the Divine Love Society movement, and here is his tribute to Swami Premananji.
Transforms, elevates and liberates. Ratikanta Patnaik was drawn by these servants of Bhajan, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. He served Shri Ram and Shivananji Maharaj, our Brahmachari, Ramaswarup, and then Swami Ramaswarupanandaji. Served like Hanuman, spreading Gurudev message in India and abroad, and ultimately, instantaneously, he became Brahmavir. अनायासेन मरणं विना गयेन जीवनं देहि कृपया संभूतं सत्यरतंत्र. We are indebted to Swami Ramaswarupanandaji Maharaj for his great Guru Bhakti. रोम रोम में राम, रोम रोम में so attain Kaivalya moksha, that is a prayer, very good.
That was Swami Shivachidananji. Now we have another video that has come. Let me just pull it up for you.
Hari Om. For the last 20 years. Initially, I conversed with him through emails and phone calls, asking a lot of doubts on spirituality. Later, I met him in Bangalore in person, after which my life changed a lot. I got a job. I settled in my life. He was always a guiding force in my life. In the last 20 years, my entire life changed a lot. When I could see that how many sufferings I was going through 20 years ago, it was with his guidance and his blessings. Today I am in a very good position, feeling a happy life. I will always be thankful for Ramaswarupanandaji. Om Shanti.
Hari Om. So I see Sayoko Sasaki. If you would like to say something about Swamiji, you may turn on your video and come online. Sayoko, can you hear me?
Sorry, I'm what?
Okay. And Prahlad Ron, would you like to say something? Okay. We just hang in there. I'll be back in a minute. नहीं अच्छा नहीं है फ्रेम Okay, we just had to do some settings. So we have made a small video presentation showing a lot of pictures of Swamiji. So I would be now playing that video. So it seems that the video was mute, so few people have said that I should play it again, so I'm just going to play this once again. Okay, Hari Om. I see some more people have joined in, so if anyone would like to speak, come online or raise your hand. Otherwise, I have some other videos to play. I see that Elena Korsinek has joined. Elena, would you like to speak? You can switch on your camera and say something, because जी आप कुछ बोलेंगे? हाँ रेडी? हाँ हाँ, तो अभी अमित जी का करें? हाँ I see अंतरिक्ष जी. हरिओम हरिओम अंतरिक्ष जी. Could you switch on your video and maybe you can say something about Swamiji?
हरिओम स्वामी जी.
हाँ हरिओम हरिओम अंतरिक्ष जी. Yes, the floor is for you for next few minutes.
Swamiji, so the first time I met Swami Ramaswarupanandaji was around 14 years ago. I was a student in the university, and just after my college and before joining job, I visited the Shivananda Ashram Uttarkashi, and I was having a very good time with Swami Premanandaji, listening to his lectures and staying there for more than 3 weeks. It was a very, very amazing experience for me. So at that time, it so happened that there was one Mataji, and the Mataji, I got to know about Swami Ramaswarupanandaji at that time, that Swami Ramaswarupanandaji was sick and he was in Australia at that time. So then I contacted the hospital of Australia, trying to reach Swami Ramaswarupanandaji, and I got to speak to him a bit on that day, and I came to know more about him, and then I started visiting ashram, and his knowledge was really amazing. I think one statement that he always used to make he was the caretaker of the ashram, Shivananda Ashram, Uttarkashi, and so much organizing spirit he had, and so much love he had. I completely, so very nice to know about him. So he also always used to say one very nice statement, which also indicated his carefree spirit. He used to say, "आने से welcome, नहीं आने से भीड़ कम." So अपनी मस्ती में Swami ji, he was so much fun that it was really such a nice soul, very very inspiring personality. And then in the Yoga Vashishta classes that used to happen with Swami Premanandaji, and we also used to hear his knowledge, his point of view about life, and it was very very inspiring for me. And I also used to visit his kutia sometimes in Uttarkashi, and once he invited me for a lunch there, and it was really amazing. Swamiji also used to conduct Bhagavad Gita classes, so he had a lot of devotees from a lot of places. For instance, one girl I met from Prague, so she also basically used to come and we used to meet, in there. She is based in Prague. Her name is, I think, Katka. She was so inspired after meeting Swamiji that she started studying Indology, and she has actually, I think, now done her masters in
बीच में नहीं कर सकता ना,
masters in
वो कनेक्ट करने के बाद बताइए.
Sanskrit.
Sorry, Antrix. Yeah, go ahead.
So and I think I last met Swamiji just 1 year ago, and always used to be updated about his journey in through Facebook. Always used to follow him, and his knowledge, he was always so inspiring, trying to inspire in youth that we should follow spirituality, we should follow yoga. Very amazing to remember Swamiji.
Thank you, Antrix. Oh, you were something. Sorry, I thought you finished.
Yes, I finished, Swamiji. I finished.
Okay. Thank you. Take care, Antrix. We all are missing him because you said, I also remember, that was his favorite line. आए तो welcome, नहीं आए तो भीड़ कम. No attachment. Thank you very much. So I see few others who have joined in, and if anybody would like to say something, you're welcome.
Swamiji, one Elena Korzenak, she actually does not want to say it, but she has written it for us to read, and she said that Swamiji was my spiritual father and grandpa to my children, is a part of our family, even though the time and space divided us. I have learned from Swamiji what it means to love from the bottom of the heart and what it means selfless service. I love spending time with him reading Bhagavad Gita. So she is Elena Korsunek.
So whenever she called, Swamiji would call her, Elena is my spiritual daughter. So she's special. And I also see some people are joining in, so let's just wait for. I see Xenia Kepler. She's just joined, and let me see if she wants to speak. Meanwhile, for those who just who have come in now, we had. I mean, this is actually for also Anna is joining. Anna Lovino, she had joined before, but I think something went wrong. So Anna and Xenia, if you would like to speak, please come online. Okay, Mr. Kepler,
Yeah, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.
what is for you? We can't hear you yet.
Okay, wait. Try to bring one moment.
Okay, no worries. Take your time.
Hari Om, can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So Hari Om, everyone. Can you hear me? Yeah. All right. Good. Okay. So just
You are mute. You are on mute.
I unmute myself and then automatically it's getting muted. I don't know why. Now it looks good. Not touching anything. Yeah. Okay. Let's try. So just a few words also from my side. I'm Keshava. I'm coming with Vani Devi, with my wife, frequently to the ashram. And I personally met Swamiji 10 years ago when I came first to the ashram in Ganeshpur. And what was most touching from my side and what I always will remember is how he accepted me so open-heartedly. I was very green, yeah, so to say. So I came first time to Rishikesh first. I went to the ashram, and I came further on. I stayed for 3-4 months in India, and so I came to Ganeshpur, and Swamiji opened everything to me, everything. So he invited me to his house. He gave me all his information from his laptop. I remember he said, oh, take whatever you want. Take the USB. He put in his laptop and he put me all the files, all the books he had, all the kirtans he had, all the photos he had. I'm still using today a nice photo of Mount Kailash there on my laptop as a screensaver. So all that he gave to me, and including 1 year later, he organized also a yatra for me to Mount Kailash, which afterwards didn't work out because there was a travel ban from India once I arrived to Kathmandu. But all that he had done, and we cannot say that we had already a good and long relationship, that I knew him very well for a long time. No. He saw me and he immediately opened everything he had to me. And this was so amazing and so remarkable, so heart-opening, actually. Since then, unfortunately, I have to say, I never met Swamiji again, because then afterwards, I came in winter time, so I was not able by work to come anymore in summertime. So sometimes we messaged here and there, but I never had then the chance to see him back, unfortunately, because in winter time, we know he was gone to Bangalore and he was staying there in the south. Yeah, but anyways, he always remains in my heart, and I will never forget how he opened everything to me by seeing me, let's say, the first day. So he immediately opened everything, and this was this was my experience I had. It was a couple of months, actually. I stayed approximately 1 or 2 months in Ganeshpur. Also, I slept once in his house next door in the cottage. He invited me. Sometimes we saw the Mahabharata in his home cinema together. So just such a kind person, such a loving person, and and that is whatever remains in my heart. And I'm very sad in a way that that I will not see him again after this experience. But I know where he is now. He will continue to work hard for each one of us to uplift the spirits. Hari Om. I think mute.
All of us who have have come close to Ramaswarupanandaji Swamiji, we all have to stay together. And so whenever you come to Uttarkasi, Swami Premanji is here. The satsangs are going on, so most welcome. And you can always be in touch through the website. Now we are trying to do some stuff on the website. Swamiji satsangs also every Sunday happens, so please stay in touch. And thank you very much. Thank you very much for taking your time.
Of course, I'm coming, frequently we're coming to the ashram now, as COVID hit all of us, so we are not able to travel so easily at the moment, but once this all calms down,
Settles down. Yes,
absolutely.
Thank you.
So,
thank you.
Nice you organizing everything. Thank you. Hari Om.
Thank you. So I have a message from Prashant Roy. He says, hi all, I met Swamiji 2 months before he left us. He was joyful and expressed his desire to leave. He loved his guru. I also stayed with him in 2019 and benefited from his filtered water and always hearty and kind nature. So yeah, so many people have so many memories. So I have here someone who's going to join, who has a lot to tell, because Swami Ramaswarupanandaji had a big role to play in her life. So Savita Mishra, I would ask you to join here so that it's much easier.
Hari Om, Pranam to all. My salutations, protestations to Gurudev Swami Chidananda and Ramaswarupanandaji. Actually, Ramaswarupanandaji was very close to our family. I can say he is a connecting link between Gurudev Swami Chidanandaji and our family. He was just like a brother to me. He helped in every circumstance where I or we from our family tried to meet Gurudev Swami Chidanandaji. So the best part of my life is to get married at Sivananda Ashram. That is very lucky for me, and that too in Rishikesh. That was completely arranged by Ramaswarupanandaji. He helped me a lot. He helped all our family members to arrange the marriage, and that too Chidananda Gurudev was sitting before, and I got a pious person as my husband and a beautiful family with me. But today a miracle came to me. Before, Ramaswarupanandaji always told me, you come to Uttarkasi. Yes, I will come, but I could not. Till now I could not come and to Uttarkasi. So I don't know how it is arranged. Even I didn't tell anybody. Suddenly my husband told that you want to go to Uttarkasi. I told yes. Then I came, and fortunately I arrived at Dehradun at 3 p.m. but I could not start for Uttarkasi because it is late. My brother, that Yatiji, told me that it is already late, so you stay at Rishikesh. Next day I started to come to Uttarkasi. That a big news came. The video also I saw. Completely the road was broken and no availability of the path. Then what to do? But I think Ramaswarupanandaji only and his soul pulled me here. And today it was heavily raining morning. Nobody accompanied me. Only the driver, he gave me the strength, and automatically the once we started, the rain is not there, the path, the road is completely clear, and I reached safely here to attend this meeting and all this program. So I am very much thankful to Yati ji, to my driver ji, and particularly Ramswarup ji, so that I can come and attend here. This much? Okay.
आ गया पोजीशन ठीक करना पड़ेगा So there's someone requesting for the video to be played again, because last time I tried to play it twice, but the video was not playing properly. So let me try that once again and see if it works this time. So that was the video. I hope it was all right, because every time I tried to play, something was going wrong. Hope it played properly for everybody. So I have another person here, Amit Korpadeji, very close with Swami Ramaswarupanandaji. I would now request him to come and say a few words.
Here? Hari Om, and my regards. The news was very shocking, and my association with Swamiji is not really that old. I think I probably met him in 2015 only. Well, my name is Amit. I come from a place near to Chamba. We had a very special relationship, and more than me, my wife and my friend who runs a little center called Silence of Souls near Chamba. So Swamiji every year 2 times used to visit us, one while going to Odisha and while coming back. So he used to always come, stay for a couple of days to our place, and he was a kind of spiritual father and a great friend to both of my friend and my wife, and he was definitely a friend to me. Last year I spent a considerable time in Uttarkashi. I was doing my sadhana, and Swamiji was very helpful, giving me all kind of advices and directions needed. Well, he was a brilliant fanatic person about information technology. So we used to talk about photography, video editing, all kind of softwares, and in addition to all the spiritual things. As everybody is saying, and I'm sure everybody knows his famous saying that aane se welcome or jaane se bheed kam. So he used to say for everyone, and that part seems to be bringing smiles on everyone's face. I remember the last conversation I had with him. I dropped him in Haridwar. He was supposed to take train to Odisha, I think last year. No, sorry, he was going to stay in Haridwar. And I bored him, and the last thing he said, which I remember, is no matter whatever you do, or no matter whatever your mind asks you to do, make sure that everything whatever you do, you attain to your Buddha or state or enlightened state, whatever, in this current lifetime only. So he was really a great friend, giving all the advices. I really cherished all the moments, whether he was at our home or I and my family stayed at Uttarkashi. He will be greatly missed, and we are going to definitely miss him for a couple of times in a year. And it was a really a shocking thing, but I know, and I personally feel that he has really done with he was done with whatever he was supposed to do in his lifetime, and he was happily departed from here. So really, that's all. Thank you so much. Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you, Amit ji. Thank you very much. Okay. So let me see if I have some more videos to play.
छोड़ दिया ठीक ठीक बोलो बोलो मैं तुम लोग को बोल रहा हूँ 10 नंबर चाहिए
Okay. Just give me a few minutes. I'm just putting together these videos. So play soon. Okay. I see Anna Lovino signing in. So if you would like to speak,
Vedi, mi sta chiedendo Anna Iovino, vuoi parlare?
camera में तो I think Mr. Lovino is just trying to sign in, so it'll take a few minutes, and until then, ये क्या लगा है? Okay, I have sorry about the delay. I have some more videos that has come in. I'll start playing them, and once Anna is ready to talk, you can just let me.
He was a loving brother, so kind, a big uncle with my family. So much. Empty, yes. He's so healing. We're in Montreal, Canada, and on the other side of the planet, but he will be in our hearts always. Always. Yes. Yes.
So that was Dhiraja and Mangal Rupa from Canada. Dhiraja Mataji is a long-standing disciple of Swami Chidananji, and she has been with Swami since she was a teenager. And so also Mangal Rupa. Both of them are very, very close with Swami Ramaswarupananji. And another video coming up. This is a very senior disciple from Canada also. Our spiritual name is Anugrahita Mataji.
Namaste, my beloved brother. This is who beloved Ramswarup is to me. And I cannot describe what he has done for me. All that, so many times he has helped me to bring me to go there. My dearest brother, I never left it, and I know that he always is with me. The life that we share at Guru Devas, doing seva for our beloved Guru Dev, it is indescribable. And Ramswarup was very, very, how can I say that, generous, always looking after one and another so that he could bring us closer to go there. So this is who Ramswarup is for me. I called him my brother, and he also called me beloved. He would say, Mataji. So I'm anxious to meet him again. But I know that Ramswarup is already hearing the homage that all of us are sharing. He is not very far from us. And anyhow, I know that he is very close to me. Hari Om Tat Sat.
हरिओम। सर्वप्रथम परम पूज्य श्री भगवान के चरण कमलों में मेरा साष्टांग प्रणिपात तथा यहाँ उपस्थित सभी दिव्य आत्माओं को मेरा कोटि प्रणाम। जब हम महादेव मंदिर जाते हैं, पहले उनके सामने विराजित नंदी भगवान को प्रणाम करते हैं। शिव जी वहाँ जहाँ जहाँ जाते हैं, नंदी हमेशा उनके साथ रहते थे। उसी तरह परम शरणागत जी, शरणागत श्री रामस्वरूप जी गुरुदेव के सानिध्य में हमेशा थे और भक्तों को भगवान से मिलाने का सुअवसर प्रदान करते थे। जब जब गुरुदेव शिष्यों को अमृत वाणी प्रदान करने में, उनकी दुखों का दूर करने में इतना व्यस्त हो जाते थे कि भोजन तथा विश्राम का ख्याल नहीं रखते थे। तब तक हमारे प्रिय रामस्वरूप जी ठीक एक मां की तरह न केवल गुरुदेव के जत्न लेते थे तथा अपितु उनको मृदु शासन भी अपने मर्यादा में रहकर करते थे। 1982 में श्री गुरुदेव कृपा करके यह अतिचंद के पूर्वाश्रम के कुटिया में पदार्पण किए थे। यह दुर्लभ दिवस भी रामस्वरूप जी के माध्यम से ही संभव हो पाया था। श्री गुरुदेव के पावन आगमन के लिए सारे गुरु भाई कुटिया में उपस्थित थे। मेरी व्यवस्था ये थी कि मन चाहता था तो सब कुछ ठीक हो जाए, पर वही मन इतना आविर्भाव हो गया था कि मैं खुद को भूल गई और आंखों से आग की धारा बहनी जाती थी। गुरु वंदना चल रहा था। रामस्वरूप जी सीधे रसोई में गए और गुरुदेव के लिए दूध गर्म करके लाए और गुरुदेव को अर्पण किए। जो कार्य मुझे करना चाहिए था वही कार्य रामस्वरूप जी ने कर दिए। मानो वो इस शबरी के मनोदशा को अनुभव कर लिए थे। शिवानंद आश्रम
स्वामी जी आवाज चली गई है, शायद आपको अनम्यूट
स्थिति अवर्णनीय था। भगवान के नंदी रामस्वरूप जी को ये बात मंजूर नहीं था। वो तुरंत जाके गुरुदेव को बोले कि ये दोनों को आप लौटा दिया, संन्यास नहीं, आपने उनको संन्यास नहीं दिया। तो अपना रोते रोते चले गए। करुणामय गुरुदेव से रामस्वरूप जी के माध्यम से हम दोनों को परम गुरुदेव की पावन जन्मस्थान पटना में जाने का आदेश दिए। गुरुदेव के अति प्रिय स्थान से हमारा संन्यास दीक्षा संपन्न हुआ। गुरुदेव की मधुर गंभीर वाणी, ओ जी जीवन अनित्य होने से भी गुरु का आशीर्वाद सर्वदा साथ में रहता है, कानों में गूंजता था। ये सब कुछ रामस्वरूप जी के आशीर्वाद से हो रहा था, जिनको देखने मात्र से ही श्री गुरुदेव की उपस्थिति का अनुभव होता था। वही थे हमारे परम प्रिय रामदास हनुमान स्वामी रामस्वरूपानंदाजी जी। आज जो भी शुभाकांक्षी गुरु से मिलाने वाले सब पार्थिव शरीर में नहीं रहे। दुख तो होना नहीं चाहिए, किंतु उनके अभाव तो अनुभव होगा ही होगा। हरि ओम, नमो नारायण। great Sivananda, pranams and prostrations to holy masters and saints, sadhus of Divine Life Society. Holy masters come to enlighten us and guide us to the straight path of moksha. Each disciple has a different role as sadhak. I met Swami Ramaswarupanandaji in Guru Niwas in 1975, and we stayed in contact ever since. Swami Chidanandaji was like Lord Ramachandra for him, and he played the role of Bhakti like Sri Hanumanji. He traveled with Gurudev and served it with love and devotion. He was a bridge between Guru and devotee. We learned much as we traveled with him, and they stayed with us many times. Seated in front of Guru Bhagwan, we would feel so much of joy within us that it was not easy at that time to speak. But once we shared our thoughts, Ramaswaruji would tell Guruji at right time, and when we met Guruji, he would clear all our doubts. As it was, I was always grateful for his help. I personally am extremely grateful to Swami Ramaswarupanandaji for creating a beautiful house for me, which is called Ganga Kuti. This kuti is a jewel of Sivananda Ashram. It was amazing view, and everybody feels lucky to stay there. Swami Ramaswarupanandaji was blessed soul, and he merged with Gurudev. Om Shanti, Mohini Guru Baksh. पूज्य श्री स्वामी रामस्वरूपानंद के चरणों में श्रद्धांजलि।
Hariom, it is not audible, Swami. स्वामी जी सुनाई नहीं दे रहा, आप शायद म्यूट पर हैं।
और दिल्ली स्टेशन पर मेरा अहोभाग्य मैं ही उन्हें पूज्य श्री स्वामी रामस्वरूपानंद जी के चरणों में श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित। जिस दिन उड़ीसा से स्वामी जी दिव्य जीवन संघ के जिस दिन स्वामी रामस्वरूपानंद जी ने दिव्य जीवन में उड़ीसा से स्वामी रामस्वरूपानंद जी ने जिस दिन उड़ीसा से दिव्य जीवन संघ में से अपना संपर्क शुरू किया, अपना सफर आरंभ किया, या उड़ीसा से रेलगाड़ी में दिल्ली पहुंचे और दिल्ली स्टेशन पर मेरा अहोभाग्य मैं ही उन्हें स्टेशन से रिसीव करने गई। उस समय मेरे ससुर दिव्य जीवन संघ दिल्ली के सेक्रेटरी हुआ करते थे।
तुम्हें संदेश आया, एक उड़ीसा से सेवक आ रहा है, उसे कृपया स्टेशन से ले आना तो अगले दिन ऋषिकेश के लिए बस में चढ़ा देना। यह पहली बार घर से निकला है। मेरे ससुर ने मुझे स्टेशन भेजा। स्वामी जी को मैंने कैसे पहचाना मुझे याद है। पूज्य शिव स्वामी
It must have been around 1985 or 1986 when I met Ramaswarupanandaji for the first time. It was during that time that I spent a long period in ashram. My first big impression, however, was during the centenary in 1987. What beautiful programs he organized, most inspiring and uplifting talks, soul-stirring music and whatnot. Later on in the following years, many more impressive programs followed, and it was clear to me that he had a mastermind. It was Ramaswarupanandaji who introduced me to Swami Maharaj, and surely this was no ordinary blessing. No words can ever describe the impact Swami Maharaj had on my life. What is catching the eye is that Ramaswarupanandaji was always ready to help each and everybody, to help in general and personal matters, but above all, Ramaswarupanandaji made Swami Maharaj more accessible for all people. In the year 1988, my parents came to India, and Ramaswarupanandaji went really out of his way to make their stay comfortable. He made all arrangements for stay and travel, and most important, he introduced my parents to Swami Maharaj. What a blessing this was for them. I remember very clearly how Swami touched my father's heart. This blessing remained a cherished memory for the rest of their life. Ramaswarupanandaji had a big sense of humor, was always laughing and cracking jokes. He also had at times a short temper and could get angry. It seems natural for any human being to have some shortcomings. If he were perfect, he wouldn't be on earth. But his positive side and his so many talents outweighed the minor points. His talents were surely unique, I would say. Not just his organizing talent, but also his creativity. Whenever he would build a house somewhere or make a room, and how he looked after the garden and the plants. But also in matters like photography or smartphones or computers, always interested in new devices, and he very quickly was able to pick up how it all worked. When Swami Maharaj came to Holland, Ramaswarupanandaji worked very hard to prepare for Swamiji's arrival. And he was always capable to motivate others to do the work.
Hari Om. I see Purnima Mataji back here. Do you want to come online? Ingrid Mataji, Purnima Mataji, please come online. Okay, so I just have another video from Swami Shankaranandji, who has a ashram in Sedona, So he was here in Uttarkasi, and I'm going to play that video right now.
Give me a minute, please, your teacher.
Hari Om, Swamiji. Om. Blessings, and so good to be with all of our friends and family as well. So, as you know, I'm in Michigan, and we've had an amazing retreat here, an amazing silent retreat this last week. So I'm in the morning ran to Michigan, and I know that you blessed this retreat because it's just been amazing, profound. So grateful for meeting you the first time. I'm so grateful for your Vijayanam, Swami Ramanandaji Maharaj, Ramananda, Yatidananda, Swami Bhaktananda, all who supported us, supported you, Mataji, and so many. I certainly feel that you're with me, and now we communicate a little bit differently on the inside. No Facebook any longer, so this. And I'll join the live gathering tomorrow if possible. Tomorrow, I mean when it's on. I'll be flying, as you know, back from Detroit to Arizona, ashram there. So I tell a little story, and I tell this story all the time, and I'll share it. I don't know, maybe not so many heard it, maybe a lot have heard it. So, Swamiji knows that we offer tea and Gita when we travel, and also at the ashram, tea and Gita. And here's the story Swamiji told me about tea and Gita. When we were together physically, every day we would have tea and Gita at 8 a.m. at your kutir, or somewhere else when we were visiting together, somewhere else around India during the other seasons. So the story of tea and Gita that Swamiji shared with me is that, of course, we know Swamiji loved the Gita. We know it. We know that his master, Swami Chidananda, lived the Gita and taught Swamiji the Gita every day, every moment. We know, and we're so grateful for this. So Swamiji shared the story with me that once he wanted to attend the class of a great scholar of the Bhagavad Gita. And so he was with the scholar, and he asked if he could bring chai into the classroom. And the teacher said, absolutely not. He said, it's not possible to bring chai. You should have no other substance whatsoever to disturb your study of the Bhagavad Gita. You should be single-pointed and completely focused on the Gita. So you know that Swamiji is undeterred. And so Swamiji looked undisturbed and undeterred and said, okay, I understand. What about when I drink tea? Is it okay to study the Bhagavad Gita? So every morning, tea, Gita. Just 2 weeks ago in New Hampshire, when we were visiting there, a beautiful group, about 25, most new to the Bhagavad Gita. And also, Swamiji, you know that we started as you instructed, as you taught at chapter 6, not at the beginning of chapter 1. Chapter 6, slokas 5 and 6, you know. So, it's such a... It's been such a joy. You taught me love. never forget the grace. One day I had told you that I felt that as I discovered and felt this relationship with the divine blessing, that I felt I was falling in love, and you told me no. I said you are rising up. So Swamiji, make a great day. Make it a great day for everyone. You enjoy the union, peace, your sattva. This is your Swamiji. Thank you. Bless you all. Hari Om Tat Sat.
So that was Swami Shankaranandji from. Right now he's traveling, so and I see someone is trying to join in, so let's just wait for a second. Ingrid Mataji, if you are hearing me, I received your video, yours and Mangal Rupa's message, and also Anugrahita Mataji's message. I have played them, but still, now that you are here, if you would like to speak, you can just turn on your video and say something if you like to. Yeah, Hari Om Mataji.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
The floor is all yours.
Oh. Well, I would like to say that the very last words that Ramaswarupji wrote me early August were "Follow your heart." And as a big brother, he always had some good advice. I met Swami Ramaswarupanandaji, I think in the 80s, when he would come to America with our Guru Maharaj, Swami Chidanandaji Maharaj. And Ramaswarup was a bundle of joy. He was so very kind and willing to share all his knowledge and all his passion for the divine, his love for Chidananda. He was so available and kind and considerate. And we had the joy to have him at our house, Mangalarupa and I, my daughter Mangalarupa and I. And he would look at my books, my shelf, the Bhagavad Gita and all the spiritual books I had, and he would tell me, make sure you read them, huh? Make sure you read them all. And he would take some books and say, let's read some of the books, make sure you read them, you go through your books. And he was very so considerate that he wanted to make sure that we invested our time and our heart and into the divine. He wanted to make sure that we all grow and use time in our lives searching for our true selves. We were in Uttarkashi, Mangalarupa, Bruno, her husband, and I in 2018, and he was so kind to teach the Bhagavad Gita in the morning and spend special time with them and teach them the Bhagavad Gita and agree to us to talk about Swami Chidanandaji and share pictures and videos with us. And when Mangalarupa was in India in 2015 or 16, I believe, she was taking a TTC course in Uttarkashi because she wanted to deepen her knowledge in yoga, not to teach it, but just to do a training to deepen her knowledge. And she got a little sick, and it was Ramaswarup, of course, who went for the walks in the morning to take care of her and bring her some soup or bring her something. And then he would call me after to always take news of Mangalarupa, and so very considerate, so very considerate. And he's, over all these years, he's always had a very special place in my heart, and I love him so dearly. And there will be a very big hole, a very big gap, something will be missing when we go back to Uttarkashi. But he's in our hearts always, and I keep the best memories of him, very, very dear to us. And his time around Swami Chidananda, and to see his devotion like Hanuman, so willing all the time, so eager to help and to serve, and to make sure that every moment he could film, he could take pictures of Swamiji to make these moments eternal. He would do that. He would, he was like a bee, busy working around Swamiji and making sure that he could make the most of his time. And he's very special to my heart. And I'm very glad that Mangalarupa got to spend time with him and get to know him better. And also her husband, Bruno. So we love him very dearly. And now he's where he belongs, with Swami Chidananda and all the divine grace. Thank you. Thank you, Yatiramanandaji. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. So we had double prasad from you. Mataji, thank you. Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om.
So I see Padmavati, Takahashi, Nivedita, Shaunak, Rainaji. So both of you, if you would like to say a few words, please. The floor is available for you.
Anugrahita is not there?
She's not here, but I did play her video for everyone to see. So
difficult for her to.
Yeah, that's okay. I can understand. So let me see who all are here. I guess I will take a break because there's nobody seems to be online who would like to speak. Maybe in 5 minutes I come back and see if there are anybody else who wants to speak. So hang in there. Thank you. So meanwhile, I'll just give you all a glimpse of the morning program.
Now I would like to request our Michaelji to come and say a few words about his thanks to Swami Ramaswarupanandaji. Michaelji has been here in the ashram off and on. He's been here doing seva and doing satsang with Swami Premanand Maharaj and Swami Ramaswarupanandaji. He's originally from England, but he feels like an Indian all the time.
That's lovely. Thank you very much, Swamiji. Yes, I've been here now for about 8 or 9 months, and I was blessed with the pleasure of meeting Swami Ramaswarupanandaji. We spent a fair bit of time together. He passed me his memoirs, his biography of his life, and I was going through that and slowly working on it. So I got an insight into the life of a very fantastic and inspirational man. My first meeting actually with Swami Ramaswarupanandaji wasn't in person. It was in the walls of the ashram here. On one of the walls there's a poster and it says, "Only one who can obey can command." And at first I thought it was actually Swami Premanandaji, but it wasn't. When I took a closer look, I saw that it was Swami Ramaswarup. And the statement struck a chord with me. My background is I worked in the hospitality industry for about 18 years and worked from the bottom to the top. And there was a connection there between what Swami Ramaswarup had said, like I said, that struck something within me, because for 25 years he served Guru Maharaj, Swami Chitanandaji. And when you serve someone through seva or service, it's bhakti, it's devotion, it's giving yourself to something higher than what you are. And through that, the ego is constantly broken down, and the mirror of the heart is polished so it reflects the truth. And that's something that very much came through from my time spent with Swami Ramaswarupanandaji. With the great saints that you come across, there's an authenticity, there's a completeness to them that comes through the devotion and the bhakti, and from having that closer connection with truth. And through the 25 years that Swami Ramaswarup spent with Guru Maharaj, he was very close to one of the brightest lights that I believe this world has ever seen. Although that I never had the personal pleasure of meeting him, from what I've learned during my time here, it's obvious that he has that effect and has had that influence across the world. And it was that came through to me with Swami Ramaswarup. That authenticity and that confidence that you derive from having the truth so close to you and imbibed into your heart. For I do believe that to be one who can command, you do need to know how to obey. And to be a guiding light in the world as well, you also need to know what the darkness is. And Swami Ramaswarup, he knew both of them very well. And he was both a leader and a guiding light to many people, and to myself as well. And I feel blessed that even in the short time that I managed to spend with him, I managed to get a connection and an insight into the life of a very inspirational and wonderful Swami, man and life. Thank you.
कौन सा डॉक्टर? इंग्लिश था? इंग्लिश था?
उनका टाइम भी है, टाइम स्लॉट भी है, 4 से 5 मिनट बात करते हुए
मैं कुछ प्रिपेयर नहीं किया हुआ है बोलने के लिए, so if you all don't mind, I'll speak in English because I'm very more comfortable speaking with some more in English. So as Swamiji has kindly introduced me, I have been visiting Swami Ramaswarupanandaji for more than 3-4 years now, since I've been staying here in Uttarakhand and Ujjaini region. And it's been a very interesting thing that although I've known him for on and off for a while, it's only the last 2 to 3 months that I've actually moved here near to this Kutir that I've gotten to know him really well. And sometimes I say, through necessity you get closer to people. And I had a need to have a place here, and I didn't have much resources for cooking and other things when I'm boarding here. So Ramaswarupanandaji was very kind, and he offered me to come and have food with him and also meet with him on a daily basis. So it gave me an opportunity almost on a daily basis to have a satsang with him. And I still had a little bit reservations, I must say, initially, because I thought that he's a senior Swamiji and all that. But what I found was that Swamiji was so humble that every time I would meet him, like he would first do his pranams and things to me, and I almost felt so embarrassed by that, because being a senior Swamiji, he would bow down to me, and I felt like such a inspiration for me. And I had a little encounter or darshan of his guru, Sri Chidanandaji Maharaj. And it so happened that Swamiji would often tell me that I reminded him of him. And I don't know whether it was because of that he showered on me so much affection because I reminded him of his guru, or whether it is just natural that I see him seeing God and Guru in everyone, that it is his nature. But nevertheless, I became so close to him over the last few months that I felt like that I had like almost like someone I can go to anytime. And even small little things I would ask him when to buy this or how to do other things. What I found about Swami Ramaswarupanandaji was that he was grounded not only in his seva, but also he was very practical. Some of the guidance that he gave me about whether I wanted to buy a place for myself to do my sadhana, or whether it is such a simple thing as where to buy milk or vegetables, he had such practical wisdom that I really benefited by his such a balanced attitude. There's a lot more I can talk about him, but I just want to share one or two small incidents. The day before Ramaswarupanandaji left his body, I actually happened to see him in the afternoon, and I had stopped having prasad or diksha with him a few days before that. So he was actually a little sick. But the moment he saw me, I used to sometimes sit on upstairs, listen to meditate. He immediately called me and he said, "Did you have your prasad?" And I thought like here was someone who was sick, but he was concerned whether I had my prasad or not. And then later on, I met him again in the evening, and I told him that I'm planning to go to Rishikesh for winter. So he jokingly he would say like maybe शायद चला जाऊंगा. So I didn't realize at the time that my time with him was so short. But I just sat with him there a couple of minutes, and he was of course not well, and we didn't talk. But I just enjoyed just the 2 minutes of just sitting with him so quietly and silently. I just felt like whatever he reflected, whatever he told me about Swami Chidanand Maharaj, maybe I got a glimpse of that in those 2 minutes. And of course, the next day morning, I usually at 6 o'clock I wake up, I would go by his room, and I just kind of peeped into his window, and he was lying out there. But as always, one thing which many of you would have heard about Swamiji is that whenever somebody comes, he gives his complete attention to you. And it's something like a quality, I think, a spiritual quality that very few I've seen have. So the moment I came, though he was sick, from his sick bed, from his bed, he looked up from that window, and he did just pranam from there. And I didn't want to disturb him because I thought I should let him rest. So that's probably will remain to me as a sweetest memory of someone who I knew in a very short time, but with someone I got so much affection and kindness from. So with that thought, I will leave all of you, and thank you for this opportunity to share this thoughts.
Thank you very much for running words about Swami. अभी मैं हमारे
उमेश शर्मा जी नमस्कार। हाँ उमेश जी, you can turn on your video.
Hello.
हाँ उमेश जी प्रणाम। जी जी
Maharaj, you want me to speak now or later?
and now is good।
Maybe another 15 minutes.
अच्छा ठीक है no problem।
I am driving as of now.
हाँ no you after reaching you can, we are here, we are online, so no problem। असल में थोड़ा इधर वो ऑनलाइन प्रोग्राम चल रहा था, मैं जी सर समझे जी समझे।
ये स्वामी मनसानंद जी का है क्या? इसका है।
ये है नमस्ते पद्मावती जी, नमस्ते. You are muted. Can you unmute yourself? Yes, so you can speak. The floor is for you.
Pranams to my divine Father, Swami Ramaswarupanandaji Saraswati. He became my dear divine Father since year 2018. I was at the ashram in that year 2018 June. I was staying ashram for 5 months. During this period of time, my real father passed away when I was at the ashram, and I was not knowing my father was passing away for weeks. And I received the news. The day I received the news, I went to Uttarakashi, and my mother sent me a message that he was telling me my real father just died. It was very shocking. I came back to the ashram. I came back to the ashram and I saw the first person. Actually, it was Swamiji. And he looking at my face because he already knew something happened to me. He said, "What's happening, Padmavati? What happened to you? What's the matter?" So I was very shocked, but when I received the news, I didn't want to accept that true. I was holding myself about my father, and I spoke up. I just told him my father passed away and I didn't know. That was 1 week ago. And tomorrow is my father's funeral, but I cannot go because it's too far away from India. And I started crying. I was crying, and then he said, "Padmavati, don't cry. Cry is not good. Your father cannot go another plane. So don't hold that your grief. And your father's physical is just to die. It's not your father is really die because his true nature never dies." And he also say that you lost your real father, and now I'm your divine father. So you have a lost father and you gained divine father today. So that was our relationship of divine. I became his dear divine daughter. So that time he also told me about the Bhagavad Gita, that our Atman never dies. And he told me, he's smiling at me, all the conversation he told me about the Bhagavad Gita. And he said, go to the Ramaswarupanandaji, and he's gonna blessing you also. So he was blessing me also. Another memory of Swamiji was I was very impressed with my spiritual progress, and I was very depressed because my mind was not pure. My mind was always thinking bad, not pure. So he was cheering me up. And he also told me to, he was invite me to the Haridwar Courtier. And during that time, I was very sad somehow. So he took care of me for three weeks. I was there, met me. He even just because I like chanting and bhajan, so he went to music store and borrowing a harmonium for me. Since that I was playing harmonium every day at his courtier. The courtier was Swami, Puja Swami Chidanandaji Maharaji Memorial Courtier, and I was playing harmonium and bhajan every day. So I also had another memory, good memory of him was Swamiji and I was connecting every day, almost every day for Bhagavad Gita study. He told me to send 2 shlokas in Sanskrit and write in Sanskrit 2 shlokas and translate in English and translate in Japanese. And we contact each other every day. I send him 2 shlokas with all the translations every day, and we did it 1.5 years, and that was a wonderful time. So he also told me from the Bhagavad Gita when I was very depressed, he said, be a elephant. Not like a dog, but be an elephant, not affected from any, be strong. Because dog is very easy to get affected, but the elephant is very strong, very big. So he said, be like an elephant. And he's also say, not to listen, just hear. Some his quotes I really liked. That's actually might be come from Swami Chidanandaji, but he told me beautiful quote from Swami Chidanandaji. See, but look not. Hear, but listen not. Taste, but relish not. Touch, but feel not. He told me this, and he also sent it to me through the messenger. So I wanted to share chat for you, so then people can. So this is his quote from Swami Chidanandaji. Overall, he was like Gurudev Shivanandaji to me. I felt he's maybe different form of Swami Gurudev Swami Shivanandaji, because he was giving all the time, giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. He just wanted to give. He wanted to just serve. And even I was trying to do donation for him, because he and I had some few class of Bhagavad Gita through Zoom 4 or 5 days. So I said, Swamiji, dear father, I want to collect money and send it to you. And he said, listen, Padmavati, because he knows I had a financial problem that time. And he said, Padmavati, I am the most richest man of the world. But I think also he meant richest man is not only financially, he was richest from all degree, and he's the richest man to me that time. And he said, I don't need your money. Please don't collect money, and don't even collect people for the study. Our Gita study is only enough. You and me is just enough. So don't. So he was giving and giving and giving. And he said he never expected anything to me. He never ever needed. He just giving. He was just giving and giving. So that was my memoir of my divine father, Swami Swarupananda Saraswati Maharaj. Nyon Pasat.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Padmavati ji. Can I make a request?
Yes.
How about saying 2 slokas of Bhagavad Gita?
Sing 2 slokas. I'm actually doing this every day now for him. But what he likes, I try to sing he always start Gita with this slokas. Gita Sugita Harutapya Timanjaiha Shastra Sangrahe Yasvayam Padma Basya Mukapadmad Naiha Shritaha. Sorry, I cannot pronounce.
That's all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hari Om. Hari Om. So I'm just waiting for some more people to join. So I'll take a short break and hang in there. We'll be back soon.